السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. كيف حالك يا إخوة أخوات? Well, here tonight we wanted to bring to attention or do a small book reading. I read some things in these books. You know, we're not just book buyers, we're book readers. So we wanted to share a principle. I actually wanted to read this chapter. And, you know, whoever would like to join us and stay on alive or whatever is welcome to do so. Whoever decides not to, mashallah. This is the danger of innovative principles upon minhaj and aqidah. And it's this particular chapter here that I felt worthy of being read, because if we find it to be an issue of contention and confusion amongst the Muslim ummah, for some people, you know, they're really not sure, they're not clear about this issue of innovation and innovators. However, this is an affair from our religion, an affair which the scholars of Islam have spoken about. So here we wanted to share what Sheikh Hassan al-Mardawi, he wrote regarding this issue. So I'm just going to read some of it. It says, I'm going to read all of it. And whoever would like to join us, mashallah, alhamdulillah, you know, tune in. So it says that the methodology of Ahl Sunnah is the medium between excessiveness and negligence. So at the same time that we fight against the principles of compromising in the religion and negligence, and we clarify their dangers, we also fight against the principles of extremism and excessiveness. There's important matter here in this subject, that the people concerning disparage and praise, they are of two ends in the middle. So during this subject, there are people of two ends in the middle. He said there is an end which has become excessive, and they are like the Haddadiyya. No one was safe from their tongues, not even the ulama, such as Sheikh al-Albani, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, Sheikh Rabi' Ibn Hadi, and other than them from the scholars of the Sunnah. Another end, the other end, watered down the affair of disparage, and you see them trying to join the people, the guided ones from them and the innovator, mixing them together. And then there is the final middle group. You have one on both ends, and then you have the middle group. And they are the ones who follow the methodology of the cultivating scholars. He said, Shaykh al-Islam ibn Uthaymeen said about Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, he said the same sect, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, believe in that just as they believe in what Allah informed of in His mighty book, without distortion or negation, without delving into the nature of it, nor likening it to the creation. Rather, they are a median amongst the sects of the Ummah, just as the Ummah is the median amongst the nations. So they are a middle group in the field of the Asma'i wa Sifat, the names and attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal. They are the middle group between the people of negation, who are the Jahmis, and between the people who liken Allah to the creation, who are the Mushabihah. They are a middle group in the field of His actions, a field of the actions of Allah Ta'ala, between the Qadariyah and the Jabariyah. And in the field of the threat of Allah, between the Murji'ah and the Wa'idiyah, from the Qadariyah and other than them. In the field of being called a mu'min, and within the religion, between the Haruriyah and the Mu'tazila, and the Murji'ah and the Jahmis. And concerning the companions of the Messenger of Allah, they are between the Rawafid and the Khawarij. This is the end of the quote of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Uthaymeen. And for those who are listening and wondering who are or what are some of the names of these groups, this is the importance of studying and learning our religion, so that we will be able to distinguish between truth and falsehood, those upon the correct Aqeedah and Minhaj and not. And we should learn about, you know, who are the Mushabihah, or the Mu'tazila, the Murji'ah, and kada wa kada. So this is a subject that we encourage those who are seeking knowledge of the religion, striving to appear upon the correct path, that you gain clarity in, so that when the ulama speak about these subjects, then we can understand who and what they are talking about. So the Shaykh goes on to say, and from this angle, this principle is not correct unrestrictedly. Which principle is that? Let's remind of the principle that whoever does not declare an innovator to be an innovator, then he is an innovator. This is the principle. And the Sheikh mentions, and from this angle, this principle is not correct unrestrictedly. Understand this, because oftentimes we take statements and we apply them without any restriction. So here the Sheikh is mentioning that this principle is not correct unrestrictedly. It is necessary that it be restricted and clarified. So it's not for us to take this principle and run around and slap it on anybody that we see or think deserves it. Rather, it is restricted and clarified. So the Sheikh goes on, he says, so here we will mention a number of guidelines which the students of knowledge specifically and the Muslim generally needs to be well aware of. So listen, the Sheikh says, so we will mention a number of guidelines which both the students of knowledge specifically and the Muslims in general needs to be well aware of, so as to be in line with the guidelines of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah concerning dealing with the opposer, the one who is in opposition to the Sunnah. He says, from these guidelines, firstly, not everyone who falls into innovation has become an innovator. Clear? And the clarification of that is from the speech of the Imams of Ahlul Sunnah. For example, we have a statement of Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah where he says, and many of the mujtahids of the Salaf al-Salih, the pious predecessors, and those who came after them said that they said and did that which is innovation. Understand this principle. Many of the mujtahidun from the Salaf al-Salih and those who came after them said and did that which is innovation, while they didn't know that it was innovation, either due to the weak narrations which they thought were authentic, or ayats from which they understood what was not intended by it, meaning they had an incorrect understanding of an ayat, or due to an opinion which they had, while in the matter there were texts which didn't reach them. When the man had feared his Lord as much as he were able, then he enters into the statement of Allah, رَبَّنَا لَا تُؤَخِذْنَا إِن نَسِينَا أَوْ أَخْطَأْنَا. O Lord, do not punish us or forget us, or do not punish us if we forget or fall into error. And it was reported in the hadith that Allah said, and I have done so. And there's another place for which is to be expounded on. He's not going to give sharh here. So here it says, the noble Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali was asked a question. Does everyone who fall into innovation become an innovator? The answer, the one who falls into innovation, if it is apparent and clear, like the belief that the Quran is created, or supplicating to other than Allah, or slaughtering for other than Allah, or something from these clear matters, then this person is declared an innovator. When the innovation is from the unclear matters, and the one who fell into it did so searching for the truth but being mistaken and falling into error, then this person is not declared an innovator initially. Rather, he is advised and his error is clarified to him. If he is obstinate upon it, then he is declared an innovator. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah said, so when it is known from a virtuous scholar that he fights against innovation and calls to the Sunnah, listen to this. So when it is known from a virtuous scholar that he fights against bid'ah and he calls to the Sunnah, and he has honesty, sincerity, and warning against innovation, and this is known from him, then he falls into something from the innovations which are unclear for whatever reason, then we do not rush to declare him an innovator. And this is the correct statement. Otherwise, if we ruled upon everyone who fell into an innovation that he is an innovator, then no one from the Imams of Islam will be safe, let alone other than them. MashaAllah, this is the clear principle, and hopefully bring clarity. Secondly, differentiate, this is another principle, differentiating between the callers from the people of innovation and the followers from the people of innovation. The differentiating between the callers from the people of innovation and the followers from the people of innovation. Sheikh Rabi', Hafidhullah, he said, answering someone who asked him about the condition of the people of innovation. He said, they're categorized into callers and into those who are not callers. As for the callers, then they have punishments which the Imams of Islam mentioned. From them being banished, just as Umar radiallahu anh banished Sabir and other than him. And from the execution, just as the rulers executed Al-Ja' ibn Dirham and Al-Hallaj and other than them from the Imams of innovation and misguidance. As for the followers, meaning the commoners, then they are guided and it is clarified to them, and they are called to Allah with wisdom and good admonishment. This is the differentiation between the callers and the followers from amongst the people of innovation. Secondly, what is the ruling on the one who does not declare an innovator to be an innovator? That's the question. What is the ruling on the one who does not declare an innovator to be an innovator? So let's see what the Sheikh says. He says this, just like other than it, is from the principles which are not correct unrestrictedly. Understand that. These principles are not correct when utilized without restrictions. For there are those from the people of innovation who their innovation is hidden, and no one knows about it except for the people of knowledge. There are also those from the people of innovation who their innovation is apparent, and their people are apparent to everyone. They call to their innovation night and day. So whoever conditions and evils are clarified, and despite that he remains with them and praises their methodology, then this person is joined with them and he has no honor. Whoever is ignorant of their condition, despite his staunch striving for the truth and seeking the sunnah and his freedom from them, i.e. meaning from the people of innovation, then this person is not to be declared an innovator until he knows other than that from them. And this is clear. And the affirmation for that from the people, from the speech of the people of knowledge, is first, Sheikh Rabi', he responded answering the following question. Some of them say a principle. This is what the questioner asks. Whoever doesn't declare an innovator or one who has been declared an innovator to be an innovator, then he is also an innovator. Some of them say that this principle is foreign to the methodology of the pious predecessors. So what is your nobility's commentary on the speech? So the Sheikh replied, he said, it is to be said unrestrictedly that whoever doesn't declare an innovator to be an innovator, then he is an innovator. That this is incorrect because this person may not know of his innovation. So he does not declare him to be an innovator out of hesitation. So why would you declare him to be an innovator? As for if he knew of this innovator, meaning he knew that this person was an innovator, loved him, and has allegiance to him, then he is an innovator. So this is the distinguishing point in the matter. He knows that this person is an innovator while he defends them and wages war against Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. This person is the innovator without a doubt. As for the person who do not know that he was an innovator, meaning he did not have knowledge that that person was an innovator, then we do not declare him to be an innovator. So we do not apply this principle to him. The one that you study and know that he is an innovator. The one that you study and know that he has allegiance to an innovator, that he defends them and fights Ahl Sunnah because of him and because of this falsehood, this one isn't a straight innovator. As for the person who doesn't know that this person is an innovator, then advise them and clarify to him that which he doesn't know of the condition of the innovator. If he leaves him off, then this is what is desired. Otherwise, then join him with this innovator companion. End of quote. MashaAllah wa alhamdulillah. Rabbil Alameen. Subhanakallahumma ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. So we just wanted to share some of this information from this book. We find to be beneficial because we don't see many other books like it in the English language that goes into such detail regarding issues of minhaj and aqidah and the innovative principles and their danger about it. So we wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of it. There's a lot of other good chapters involved in this book. So we just showing them to you. Of course, the book is available on our website, IbrahimBooks.com. We went over the 12th principle here. Whoever does not declare an innovator to be an innovator, then he is an innovator. But as you can see, there are other beneficial principles that the Sheikh covers in here for the people of the Sunnah to understand this affair a little clearly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.